Hello and welcome to this video in Python programming. In the previous video we talked about user's input, keyboard input. In this video we will talk about file input output. How do we read from a file or how to write to a file in Python. Now let's turn to Spider, and now we would like to handle opening a file, reading from a file, and writing to a file. So first I want to show you the file that I have in my working directory right here. I have a file called demo. It's a text file. I'll just show you what's in there. It says, hi there, this is a Python programming course. Just a simple file with 2 lines. Let's use Python to open this file. So we go here. Let's say it's called ff equals, and we use the open function, open, and then the name of the file. This way the file is open in read mode. I will say more about the different modes that are available so you can read the file. So I'm going to add a new line to read the file. And let's call it text. Text equal f.read. So this way again we're reading the file that's just opened. And let's print text. Now finally we're going to close the file that's just opened. F.close command, parentheses, and let's run the code. And here it prints the content of the print text variable that was defined as f.read. It read the entire file, and here it is, it's printed out. Let's take a step back and look at the structure of the all the basics. There are other libraries that help in reading and writing to files, such as the NumPy and the Pandas library. But it's important to understand the basics of the basic Python reading and writing to files before we go into libraries. So here's the open function, the name of the file, and then you can add the mode of reading, writing, and so on. I'll go over this in a minute, but the default one is read, so we're good here. And here we read the entire file, we printed it, and at the end we close the file. It's always a good practice to close open files when you're done reading them. When you're done using them, just close the file. There are cases where Python would do it for you, and I'll go over an example similar to this in a minute. But it's always a good practice to make sure open files are closed. Now we can read the lines instead, line by line, as a list using the read lines command. Let's see what we get. And as you printed text, notice it has the first line, and then the enter, new line, and it's given as a list of lines. So you can access them line by line if you wish to use them for any purpose. Now after opening the file object, here in this case it's f, has certain attributes. So we can test certain things. We could say if dot, let's say closed, is it closed or not? It's going to be true if it's closed, false otherwise. It's kind of nice to be able to do that. We can also check the mode of the file that's being opened. Is it read, read plus, write, write plus, and so on. So mode, and it says R, so for read. And we can also find out the name of the file from which this file object was created by f.name, and it shows that the name of the file was originally opened. Alright, so now we opened the file in read mode, and we're able to read the entire file at once, so read it line by line. Let's open the file in write mode, and before doing that I want to show you the various available modes here. This is the website tutorials point. R for opens a file. I'll let you take your time reading it and see the difference and try them out. So R, RB, R plus, so that's for opening it in binary format. R plus is for both reading and writing and so on. So we're gonna start or try the opening it in write mode and see what we get. So back to Spider. All right, open in write mode. And here you will notice if you run the code, you will get an error because it says read lines and it's actually in write mode right now. So we're getting an error. It says file not open for reading. So this will allow us to write to the file. So let's do that. So first let's get rid of this line and add a line that is going, let's say if dot, I'm going to say write if.write, and let's enter, say this is a new line. And I'm going to delete this line as well. And as usual, I'm going to close the file. So let's run this command and see what we get. Now let's open the file, and we see it has overwritten the content of the file. So we have this a new line, and the previous content was overwritten. So basically the write mode overwrites if the file existed, it will overwrite it. And if it doesn't exist, it will create it. So that's the write command. If we wish to add a new line to the existing file without overwriting it, we use the mode append. So we use A here. So this way we can add more lines to the file without overwriting it. So let's try that. So we're going to open this file in append mode, and let's say here we're adding a second line. Let's say one more line, and now let's see what we get. Run the file. Now we can see that the line has been added, but notice right next to the line. So in a way, as you open the file in append mode, the cursor is placed at the end of the last line, and now the addition comes right after that. So to start in a new line, to go back here and /n. Let's try this now and go back to the file. Now we see here one more line was added as a new line. So again, I will let you explore with various modes, read them over and see what, and try them out and see what you get. As for now, we're going to continue to another option for dealing with opening files that would kind of open the file and close it automatically. So let's go to Spider, try this out. Right, we can achieve this using the with statement. So here's how it goes: with open, and then the file name and the mode as f. So that's the name of the file, colon, and then we have to use the indentation here, and there is no need for the close statement. So this way we automatically open the file, and then Python would automatically close it once it's done. So let's say we want to add here another line. Let's say yet another line, and run the code, then open the file and see what we get. And we can see the new line has been added. And also if we go here and try the closed attribute, if dot closed, and we get true. So again, Python automatically closed the file once it was done using it. This is a nice clean way of doing the open and close statements. I like using this one personally. Otherwise, I would always make sure it's explicitly closed. Okay, that's the end of our video. Let's summarize what we did in this video today. So we use the open function to access files, and so the file name, comma, and then the mode could be default is read, so we use R, W for write, and A for append. And again, you can visit the website for more options. So this is how we access the file. Then we define a file object by giving a name, if equals, or if you're using the with statement as f. And then if it's open in read mode, you can read the file in one shot, the complete file, or read it line as lines. If you open it in write or append mode, then you can write to it like that, if.write. You can use the attributes to test certain things on f, whether it's closed, the name of the file, and so on, as we did before. That's it for today. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.